Hey everybody, Juno 2000 here, coming at you with a mega fucking rant on this remake that I saw the other day on Max. And I also rewatched the ending because I was wondering what the fuck would happen, what was in that ending. Now I saw it. But yesterday I saw this remake, or the day yesterday, I saw this remake, and this was the most boring fucking horror remake that I have ever seen this year. I know there was a piece of shit remake this year that I extremely hated to this movie, was the Roadhouse remake with Jake Gyllenhaal and fucking UFC, the Conor McGregor motherfucker. Yeah, that movie was stupid and ridiculous and insults martial art fighting movies, even fish fighting movies, like, because they use CGI bodysuits. Fuck that piece of shit. But this one's another piece of shit, and it's a boring piece of shit. And it's this movie, the remake of Salem's Lot. Came out on October 3rd, yeah, to Max. And this movie fucking sucks. Yep. Of course, it's for creators of the Conjuring universe and the producers of Shit 2017, aka it's the movie It. I call it Shit 2017 because I think that movie's overrated garbage. I never understood the fucking praise of that movie, but to each their own. But when I saw that at school and people were watching and people were into it, I didn't fucking care for it. To me, it was not that great. It wasn't fun. It wasn't scary to me. To me, the miniseries is miles times better, and the Richie character in the remake was super fucking annoying. I'm glad that one of the loser kids punches him. Like, finally somebody punches it and shuts that fucking kid up. But fuck Shit 2017. Of course, they're associated with remaking this because Stephen King wants to remake his shit because he wants to make it so modernized. After seeing this, I say fuck Stephen King for that, for remaking everything. Like, he wants to remake Maximum Overdrive. He wants to remake Graveyard Shift. Fuck him. I prefer to just see shit movies getting remade, like his Dreamcatcher movie. That piece of shit should be remade, or the fucking Dark Tower, or the fucking Salem movie, which is a piece of shit. But not stuff that he's gonna automatically fucking hate and just remake. Like, he remade The Shining because he was pissed off at Stanley Kubrick. And you know what? He made a shitty remake version of The Shining, and that sucked. Doctor Sleep, I didn't care for it. I like Ewan McGregor and Cliff Curtis; those are good actors. But I didn't care for Doctor Sleep. But to me, it made this, after seeing this boring shit, I'd rather just watch Doctor Sleep. And I'm not big on Doctor Sleep because I like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining more. But this boring remake made by the producers of Shit 2017, they made this boring crap. I know this is not a DVD. I bootleg some stupid bootleg. I'm never gonna own this movie. Of course, I had it over this piece of shit movie that I rented, The Seed of Chucky, so I could show you how I do not like this fucking remake. But if anybody likes it, to each their own. Not me, because I'm a diehard fan of this fucking original Tobe Hooper's classic. And that Mr. Barlow was fucking scary. This Mr. Barlow in the remake fucking sucked. This one was more scarier, and this was more well done. And look at that! Look at the big house that they keep Mr. Barlow in there. That's a scary looking house. But yeah, I love the original movie. It's a great film. My dad showed me a lot of times watching this movie. We would watch this movie. It would be like a great late night movie to watch. And I never was bored of this movie. I know many people want to say that this is a boring film. Hell no, this is a classic. And to me, I don't give a shit about the pace of the length of the movie. To me, I just watch it automatically. I don't even care about seeing the timestamp. I'm invested with this movie. When I saw this movie, I kept seeing the timestamp. Like, I was like, is this shit ever gonna end? Because this movie was boring as crap. But yeah, it's also gonna be spoilers, folks. If anybody does not want to see spoilers, this is gonna be a spoiler reviews. But yeah, spoilers. This movie, when I saw the trailer, I thought it was fucking average. And then when I thought, okay, I saw it on Max, I'm gonna watch it. I sat down and watched it. 31 minutes in, I'm like this. Fucking bored out of my mind. Because there's nothing happening in this damn remake. And all pretty much half of the kills that you see in the movie are off screen. Like, yeah, it's trying to repeat like how the original movie did the kills off screen, because it worked, because it was a TV movie. It wasn't an R-rated film. And this piece of shit is supposed to be R-rated for bloody violence. What the hell was bloody about this movie? There was no freaking kills in this film. All the kills were just off screen. So, of course, the remake is like the same trend. We go on with the character that David Soul played from the original. Yeah, because David Soul, rest in peace, David Soul. Like, I think he would have been like, I don't know, like if he was still alive and he would have seen this remake, I think he would have been disappointed, because they did a remake that was a piece of shit too. That before this, they did that TV remake with Rob Lowe, and that was a piece of crap. But yeah, just David Soul, he was great as the lead character in this movie. I thought the actors were good. James Mason was good in it. I also liked Reggie, not Reggie Bannister, but the Reggie actor that played Mr. Barlow. He was fucking scary in this movie. Like, you're gonna tell me this guy is not fucking scary? But they have him in this. They have Mr. Barlow in this movie, but it's so CGI looking. Mr. Barlow, it's fucking terrible. It's the most ugly looking vampire makeup look of Mr. Barlow. Like, this one looked like fucking scary, and this was made in the 70s. So this movie comes off as the same story where you get the author that David Soul plays, but now it's played by Lewis Pullman, who's Bill Pullman's son, which wasn't bad, but to me he wasn't David Soul. To me, David Soul did more charismatic performance. Like, Lewis Pullman was okay. He was kind of giving me vibes of Tom, like he was giving me vibes of Tom. No, like kid from E.T. Damn it, what's his name? Henry Thomas. Yeah, he was giving me vibes of Henry Thomas. Like, why didn't Henry Thomas play this role? But all in all, I thought he did okay. But to me, David Soul was miles fucking better. But he's like the character that goes into town, and of course you get the backstory that his parents die in a car accident. Then he meets up with a girl who he thought was like, you would meet her as she's painting like in the remake, but they do the change where, oh, you know, the receptionist, like he sees they go get the house, buy a house and buy an apartment, where they do the change where, oh, it's they cut that character out where she's cheating on her husband. They cut that character out, and they put the girl that he falls in love with, instead of her being painting outside and then talking to her and falling in love afterwards, they put that character as a receptionist that's gonna sell him an apartment. So like that's where he gets his girlfriend right away, and of course you get the character Mark. Of course they do like a race change where he's a black kid now, but I'm okay. Like I'm not prejudiced about like whatever, but all in all, they do like the remake shit where they repeat some of the stuff, especially like the window scenes, which I'll get to. But you get the same story, but it flows in a boring pace where you're just so. I was so bored of this fucking film, and nothing was that scary or memorable. And then you finally get like, oh, you finally see how the kid, one of Mark's friends gets killed. I mean, gets kidnapped, being grabbed by Mr. Stryker, and then he goes to the mansion, and he sends Mr. Barlow downstairs, and then we see Mr. Barlow about to like munch on the kid. We don't see it because it just we see Mr. Stryker like being standing there laughing like an idiot with blood splattering on him, and he's like laughing. That's it, and you just hear the munching noise like. And I'm like, what? We didn't get to see this shit, and then they do that with more kills. That happens when people get bit or they get attacked. It's off screen. And throughout this movie, you have off screen kills. I'm like, are they trying to repeat the original with that? Like, oh, it's gonna be so creepy. What was creepy about this? Because this was a boring ass film. Nothing didn't even happen in this film. And this movie just sucks ass. But on and on, the movie. Yeah, sorry about the break, folks. I had to take a little break, but a little pause. But yeah, this movie is garbage. And yeah, of course, I attach it with a piece of shit movie. But on and on, there's people that still complain about this movie being boring, too long. This felt more boring because this doesn't even have nothing. It doesn't have scares. It doesn't have horror. It doesn't have great story. It's just a very dull ass movie. And what the hell was even good about this movie? I know there's some people that are loving this movie, but I just don't understand. Like, what was good about it? Yeah, I just don't understand what the fuck was good about this movie. But the reason why I'm going to make a rant on this motherfuck thing is because this movie didn't make no fucking sense at all. I don't mind some remakes, but that has got to be the most boring fucking remake out there. Up there with the fucking Fog remake, and up there with that fucking April Fool's Day remake that was a piece of shit and Borefest, PG-13 crap fuck face of a movie that can go fuck itself. But this movie doesn't make any damn sense at all with this fucking remake. And I love this classic. This is one. I'm gonna say this. I fucking love this movie. This is my all-time favorite vampire film. I never understood what the fuck was boring about this movie. Unless people are so impatient, they want to have the story. They want to see something crazy, gruesome. Yeah, okay. You want a remake? Remake should have been that way. It should have been gruesome. It should have been violent. No, it wasn't. Or piece of shit. And of course, the only difference the only remakes that stuff, of course, they repeat the scene, and we get to the stupid window scene. This scene was stupid. They remake this window scene where Mark is getting wakened by his friend, like because one of the friends does get bitten by his brother, that turns into a vampire, and then of course, the kid's in hospital. He bites. his blood AV pack and go crazy, and he dies. And then he attacks them. He attacks one of the dudes that took the tombstone into the house. He's like burying in the grave, and he gets attacked off screen where the vampire kid is like grabbing him, and then it goes off screen. Another off screen bit and kill. The window scene where him and Mark, or like Mark opens the window and then Mark opens the window. Stupid, because they didn't do that in the original. The original had him like not do it. He almost hesitant on doing it, but grabs a crucifix and goes, "Go away, go away, go away." Where this one, he grabs a crucifix and it fucking glows. I'm like, what are they doing? Why are they referencing a better movie? Because they did that shit in John Carpenter's The Fog, and that's a great movie, and that's not a boring movie. I love The Fog. John Carpenter's The Fog is a great film. This is more, and that movie's more interesting than this crap. And why is it referencing? Because you know the priest, how Herbert plays at the end of the movie. He plays the priest in the movie at the end when he grabs the gold cross, and the pirate ghost starts touching the cross. It glows. It brightly glows up like a light. And then they do it in this, which doesn't make any sense. Why are they doing that? It seems like every cross that they're touching, and they're touching to the vampires, it glows, which I do not know why it keeps doing that and keeps doing that and keeps doing that. It makes no sense. But yeah, it just goes on with like, oh, let's recreate it. And also, when the vampire kid is floating, he's floating in CGI smoke, mist, fog. So like, yeah, great CGI. Not using it so practically where it's just using like fog machines. No, using CGI crap. And this movie does use CGI crap. And yeah, and then you get William Sadler, who's like the sheriff in the movie. He becomes a chicken crap where he doesn't even want to help out the town, help out the lead character and his girlfriend and the kid and this and this, I think, was it this black lady that's like part of the community, and she's helping out everybody find out, because they find out that they're vampires because one of the people that get into a morgue, they turn into a vampire and they attack her, and then now they know that they're vampires, and one leads to another. They're trying to go after the vampires. The priest tries to go after the vampires, talking to Mark's parents. And that scene where Mark's parents get killed in this original movie, it was super damn scary. They just do it so cheap ass where, the dad gets thrown into the house off screen, and then Mr. Barlow bites Mark's mom's in the neck, and we don't even see like the gruesome neck biting, and then we see the aftermath and shitty CGI effects, and the priest starts like saying, like trying to exercise the vampire, but he gets himself bitten, and then William Sadler is seen thrown into a church, and it's like super CGI and just hokey CGI effects, where more CGI is shown where his neck is being poured with CGI blood coming like gushing out of his neck from the bite wound. And of course, it all leads with the black lady, Mark, and the lead character trying to fight off, and of course his girlfriend got bit in the crossfire when they meet her mom, because her mom made a deal being a servant to Mr. Barlow, so she's kind of like a daywalker compared to everybody who are going to sleep in trunks of cars at this movie theater after they try to stalk and try to kill the black lady and the lead character. Then they reunite with the black kid who almost got killed by a group of vampire kids. He hides himself, and then he meets with them. They go to the movie theater area, drive in, and then they get a shootout with with his girlfriend's mom, who's like a servant to Mr. Barlow. She's like shooting a shotgun at them. She shoots the black lady, which I thought sucked, but and then they start like running, trying to hide. They end up opening some of the trunks because they thought like, oh, they were hiding in the trunks, but there's vampires hiding there. And then they start opening and they start attacking each other. They are getting attacked by vampires, and one leads to another. The kid like stupidly grabs the like car and like rams it into like the movie theater to open the sheet of the screen to expose fire, the sun, and burning them all. And all of it's just CGI fire crap. Like, it's so computer graphic bullshit. Like, it's like, it looks like you're watching a video game. Like, it's those kind of fire effects. It's so bad. And this is like supposed to be the finale where like now we get something happening. And it's like the near damn ending because most of the characters have been getting killed. There have been off-screen kills. And then this is when you finally get the kills. Oh, they're getting burned with CGI fire. And then even one of them goes close to the lead character, and you see how crappy the CGI fire is. And it's just so bad. And then the kid is trying to like hide away with the lead character after he killed that kid. After he killed that vampire that's on a shitty sheet with a shitty CGI effects. And one leads to another. He gets attacked by his girlfriend. He kills her, stabbing a stake into her stomach, a stake into her stomach to kill her because she's a vampire and she's gone. And Mr. Barlow's around, stalking around, trying to kill Mark. Oh, and also before that, the shotgun lady, how she got killed, Mark, was when he was driving across the theater. He hit the shotgun lady, which is the lead character's girlfriend's mom. That's how she gets killed, just getting hit by the car that Mark was driving. And then one leads to another. Mr. Barlow's trying to go after Mark and blah, blah, blah. Like, trying to, like, but it's really crappy looking CGI monster mouth. Like, it's trying to stretch to get after Mark. And then, boom, you get, like, a stake going through the back of the head of Mr. Barlow's head, and it comes off, and then you see like this face, which I did finally show what it is, and it looked like CGI crap. It did not look practical. It looked really hokey and bad. And you see like a POV of Lewis Pullman's face, and that's it. And then so Mark and the lead guy, Lewis Pullman, they're the only two alive, and then they drive away hearing old music, and one leads to another. That was the end of the damn movie. Yeah. Spoilers. But all in all, this was a boring piece of crap. This was boring. This felt like 3 hours. This movie felt like 2 hours with a good, compelling story, well directed by Tobe Hooper, director from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Chainsaw Massacre 2 and Eaten Alive and Funhouse. I just never understood why would they remake it. Oh, because shit 2017 made money, so let's do this remake. And this remake has been in development hell for a few years lately. I thought James Wan was directing this movie, but it turns out it was a director of Annabelle Comes Home, so no wonder this movie's boring. Because you don't have James Wan directing it, director of The Saw, and also The Conjuring and Conjuring 2. You don't have James Wan directing this movie. And I thought he was directing this movie. I'm like, this is not James Wan's directing. I found out it was the Annabelle Comes Home director. It's like, no wonder, because that movie was boring as shit. And that movie sucked. No wonder it had a boring feel. And all the kills are still supposed to be off screen. Like, why are they off screen? It's rated R for bloody violence. Go at it. If you're gonna if you're gonna be different with this remake, show blood, show gory crap. No, let's redo it and just make it. Oh, let's make a modernized version of all the kills, and then let's say the ending, which I thought the ending sucked in my opinion. And the ending didn't mean shit. So, yeah, this is a boring piece of crap. One of the most boring, disappointing remakes of this generation. And of course, yeah, because I ranted on that piece of shit Roadhouse remake, which was terrible. But this one was also bad. This horror remake of Salem's Lot. And this makes me thinking, no, I do not want to see more Stephen King titles being remade. Fuck that. I do not want to see a remake of Graveyard Shift. And I love Graveyard Shift and even Maximum Overdrive. I don't want to see no damn remakes of those movies. Because after I saw this crap, I do not want to see a damn remake of those. Because because we want to make money. Yeah, no wonder this shit didn't go to theaters. No wonder it went to Max. No wonder like Roadhouse remake went to Amazon Prime. It didn't go to theaters because they knew the movie was gonna suck, so they put it on the streaming instead. And people were saying and begging like, "Oh, this should have been. The trailer was good. It should go to theaters." No, what is great about this? Because when I would have seen this, if this would have been in theaters, it would have flopped like the Crow remake. It would have flopped like the Borderlands movie going to streaming already. So like, it would have flopped anyways. But yeah, this movie is boring as fuck, and definitely one of those worst horror movies of this year. Like, because Roadhouse remake was the worst non-horror movie. This was the worst horror movie of this year. This movie fucking sucks. It was boring as shit. Didn't make no sense, and it doesn't hold a candle compared to the. It doesn't hold a candle for this. This one, stick with this one. Fuck this movie. Fuck the 2024 remake of Salem's Lot. Stick with the Tobe Hooper classic. That's the better movie. It's scarier, and you get more better story and even better music. The music even sucked ass. But yeah, this is a horse shit piece of boring crap of a film. And you got a boring ass director that directed this movie. I thought James Wan was directing it, but I was wrong. But yeah. Yeah, this is my rant on this piece of shit movie, boring movie, folks. Yeah, have a good day, folks, and see you on the next one. Take care. Fuck this boring shit. Take care.